There are some strange creatures roaming the lands of Everquest. You know it, I know it, and even those godforsaken Pixies know it. Now, being a fantasy game, you got your regular fantasy fare, your orcs and your goblins, elves and dwarves and dragons, and we all know that Tolkien created these things in 1954 when he invented the Lord of the Rings, and they've been done to death since then. Then there's the centaurs and minotaurs, harpies and griffins, gorgons and sphinxes, clearly inspired by Greek mythology, but these types of monsters are of no concern to me. I'm after stranger game. The weird, the crazy, the nonsensical. I'm hunting for beasts that can be found nowhere else but inside the lands of Norath. And with that in mind, let's take a look at the wild world of Everquest creatures. In the quiet region of central Antonica, life flourishes amongst the green growth of the misty thicket vale. But one creature of strange magnificence thrives here more than any other. Pixies! It's Pixies! Okay, so nothing about Pixies makes any sense. First, there's the obvious. There's no flowers in Everquest. Okay, there are these guys, but you don't want to be making honey out of those. Alright, this next point is, it's kind of weird. Clearly, these are little bee women, right? I mean, clearly that's what they are. They got antennae, wings, a steener, but they were like, you know what? We're not really pulling off this whole bee look at all. We gotta have some striped bee clothing. They aren't actually striped like a bee. They had to make bee-looking clothes. That'd be like if an aviac didn't have feathers, so he wore a feather shirt. It's preposterous. Now, the Pixies made an appearance in Everquest 2, and as the mascot of Everquest, they couldn't really afford not to put the Pixies in there. Let's take a look and see. Oh my god! What is that? Is that a sexy Pixie? Oh my god, have all my dreams come true? Alright, that's enough of that. I'm just joking around. It's not like I have some strange fascination with Pixies or anything. You know? It's not like I think about them all the time or anything. It's not like I asked someone to draw me as a Pixie for Halloween, because secretly I'd like to be a Pixie. I mean, I don't think about stuff like that. I think about normal things, you know, like crumbs and magnets, frog locks. I'm not wearing an antenna or a bee shirt if that's what you're thinking. Get out of here. I mean, come on. What do you even? I don't even. What? And here we see the froglock in its natural, disgusting habitat. They live in squalor, alright? I'm just being honest. Each spring, the froglocks travel to the swamp to breed, and every summer their little tadfish crawl from the nest and make the great journey to Upper Guck, where they metamorphosize, put on some clothes, and the tadfish becomes a man frog. And they're goofy looking! Now, I don't know about you, but I've never seen or heard of any other frog people outside of Everquest, so I'm putting them on the list. Now, I know someone in the comments is gonna be all like, oh, there were frog people in the Dungeons and Dragons movie, and clearly they're paying homage to the Dungeons and Dragons movie. Okay, shh. This is my list, alright? I made the video, I put on the safari outfit, just let me have this. So they're original. Or not. They also got wall mouths, access to what I think is a map. They may or may not have map-making technology. I guess that's it. How are these guys rivals with the trolls again? They're frog people. Their heads jut right out of their shoulders. Have you ever tried to walk around in flippers? And just like with the Pixies, they got a graphical upgrade at some point, but it's no good. I mean, look at this. What is this? Frogs don't have a neck. There's just something charming about these old Everquest models. I will always love them. Okay, I spend way too much time on the classic continents. Let's take this safari over to the lost continent. So I guess these guys are supposed to be some kind of mix between an Ixar and a dragon? Or so saith the lore? But I don't know, he looks pretty bird-like to me. Yeah, he looks like a big bird. He doesn't look like an Ixar dragon. Looks more like they mixed an Ixar with a cockatrice. You know I'm right.
That doesn't look very scary. More like a 6-foot turkey.
Yeah, okay, shh. I already said the bird thing. Get out of here. And let's go back to classic EverQuest. One of my absolute favorite things in EverQuest is the disembodied, free-floating torsos with arms that somehow managed to make grunt noises. I like this. And I think that speaks volumes about me. In the land of Norath, there is a time-honored tradition as old as the Combined Empire's magical teleportation spires, combining creatures with other creatures. Monsters have been created in this fashion since the dawn of time, but in the land of EverQuest there can be found mythical beasts beyond even the wildest of imaginations. Yes, Draconids are on my list of strange creatures that I haven't seen outside of EverQuest, and I know, someone's probably gonna be like, there were half dark elf, half spider people in the novelization of the 1988 movie Willow. Just stop! I've never seen these things before. Alright, so here's a couple things that I've noted about the Draconids in my Safari journal, okay? Here we go. Number 1, there's no dark elves on Kunark, alright? There just aren't any. I've looked. Number 2, there's hardly any spiders on Kunark either. And number 3, what the f***? And since we're already on Kunark, I'm just gonna jump right over to these things. The Scorpicus. It's a scorpion mixed with an Ixar. Ooh, I'm in love with it. Not since the likes of Cat Dog have I seen such a thing. Not since the likes of Invasion of the Body Snatchers, the 70s remake, have I seen such an amazing specimen. Not since the likes of Toy Story have I seen such a beautiful... Now just look at this sorry guy. I don't know what they were thinking with this one. I mean, it's pretty clear what it is, but... Why would they take the body of a dwarf, who's obviously had a rough life, and then put a goblin head on top of it, and then give it the nose of a pig, the fangs of a vampire, and webbed arms like the foot of a duck-billed platypus? What? Why would someone do this? Alright, my props to the original EQ devs. They made some pretty great monsters, but I think I can take creature creation to a whole new level. I'm gonna make my own guy. Now let's see, for his body, how about we use the Grinch? Yeah, that's a pretty good starting point. And maybe for his head, he'll have the head of a guitar. Looking good. And check this out, you guys, look at this, watch this, are you watching? Check this out. For arms, bam, the golden Afridi boots. Now this next one's a bit tougher. For his thorax, how about the stump of a great ash tree? Ooh, yeah. And then to tie it all together, graboids for legs. Now let's see how my guy sizes up with the rest of EverQuest. Okay. Not bad. Hey, that's pretty close. Hire me! Antonica. The East Commonlands. The Tunnel. This dark, damp cave is the perfect breeding ground for the East Commonlands tunnel fat cat, Crassus felinus. Besides their strange and unusual fashion, the most notable feature of these creatures is their dead, lifeless eyes. Unlike other beasts whose sight might be based on movement or heat, the fat cat's severe eye strain is probably the result of its text-based vision. Come on, guys, let's go in and have a closer look. Now I know we're getting pretty close, but there's nothing to worry about as long as we don't use the auction channel. They can't see us if we don't use the auction channel. There's a lot of corpse bushes obscuring our view though. Let me just hit my hide corpse macro. Uh-oh. I hit my old auction macro from 2011 when I was super broke. Nilbog!
After careful consideration, I've decided not to endorse your
Project 1999 Classic Everquest server. The get the f*** out. Well, it seems that my safari has come to an end, but I implore all of you to go out there and have your own Everquest safaris. Find some really big weirdo creeps and find a way to share them with me, alright? After all, there's a lot of Everquest that I haven't actually seen, because I spend most of my time running around Antonica. And now, if you will excuse me, with the power of editing, dreams do come true.